Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Super Geeked Up!
Woo!
Yeah!
Alright,
what's up guys? My name is Jeff. Thank you very much for joining us. This is your weekly geeky chat and improv comedy show. We always appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're in the live chat, please chat away there. There's a lot of dancing going on tonight's show. Awesome. But please, we love hearing your comments. We will share them as we do the show. You can also tweet us at Super Geeked Up. We always love hearing from you. So joining us tonight, we have one he was on 2 weeks ago, guest co-host Blair Beveridge.
Hey,
Woo!
guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Your biggest cheer, right?
Love being here.
You actually brought a couple people from your HooPod podcast with you today.
I did. I brought from the west coast of America, Joey Couture.
Hi,
And as it was a question from Listermate in the chat, let me help you out. And from the land of Australia, where things just get there's
weirder and weirder.
Weirder and weirder. Tyrolin Puxty.
Hi, really excited to be here.
Oh, thanks for being here. All right, so as we we'll talk more about those guys in HooPod a little later in the show. If you've never seen our show before, though, we are going to play some geeky games, but we like to always kick things off with what we call our Geek Tweet of the Week question. And we're going to get your guys' thoughts in the chat and all our guests' thoughts as well. Blair, what's that question?
That question, first Geek Tweet of the Week, is which show that was canceled after one season do you wish to be renewed?
Everything.
Every show.
Every show ever. Okay, the first one, Terra freaking Nova. Now that was a show. Yes,
I love that show.
How they went back in time, and there's all the dinosaurs, and it had so much potential. And like every show that has so much potential, they go, nah, stuff it. We're going to cancel it. And even though it got to 2 seasons, Witches of West End. Now that was a crime against nature cancelling that one.
All right, crime against nature. Wow, jeez.
Crime against nature, totally. It kind of, Joey, you will appreciate this. It was Charmed, kind of mixed with a little bit more kind of practical magic.
Yeah,
and
it was a Lifetime. It was on Lifetime here in the States, and it was very Charmed meets Witches of Eastwick meets Lifetime Movie Network.
Magic. You don't sound impressed. I thought this would have been like up your alley.
I tried watching that show, and I'm like, I see why it didn't last.
We are not friends anymore. That's it.
Oh boy, friendships are ending. No, that's sad. All right. By the way, folks, if you've watched our show before, you're going to notice that this is a brand new streaming format we're using. We're using a thing called XSplit instead of Google Hangouts. Let us know if you like it. If you're new, you have no idea what our old format was and you don't care. But let us know if you still like it.
It's totally better.
Yeah, I think so. Let us know. We always trying to improve things here. Anyway, we do have a bunch of things going on in the chat here. But Joey, what are your choices?
Okay, so the first show, I actually have 2 shows. I'll do the one that ended after it had a few seasons. That would be Warehouse 13. Still really irritated by that one, but the one that only had 1 season, and I'm gonna do a twist on it. They need to redo Birds of Prey.
Yes, that's one of my answers.
Considering what's on the CW right now, you have Arrow, you have Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. Birds of Prey should be rebooted to be better.
Oh my god, dude, you gotta come on our... We also do a DC Action Hour show, and me and my co-hosts have been saying every show, like, give us a new Birds of Prey. This is the perfect time to do it.
It is the perfect time, because DC, I think, is starting to find their stride better in the form of television, but more so than they are necessarily with their films. However, I know we'll get to it later, but I will say Wonder Woman is probably the best DC film that has been out in the last, I don't know, ever. I'll leave it at that.
So in the chat, we do have, first off, Pierre Kelly says the new format is way better, and Acrodius and Maria Duran also agree. Well, thank you, folks. I appreciate that feedback very much. Victor says, I like it because you can see everyone at once. That is true. You only could see one person before, and they were a little tiny, but now you can see all 4 of us the same size. So that's, and then you're also, if you're watching in post, there's a live chat now. You can see everybody who was chatting in the live and what they had to say as well. on the screen. And then Lister's Mate says, Joey looks like Joey from NSYNC.
I do. Here's the thing. When I fluctuate in weight, I look either like Joey Fatone or Lance Bass. Or Bass or whatever. But no, when you said that we're all the same size now, I'm like, oh, Tyrolin, we can share clothes.
Also in the chat, Gaming with Viper01 says, Wonder Woman was totally awesome, 100% agree. Awesome. I also agree. And Joseph Colamy says, hey, y'all. Hello. Thank you for watching. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
That was me.
Thank you, everybody from the HooPod family who's over here watching us.
I'm a doppelganger, Jeff. It's all right.
Oh, is it?
He's everywhere.
One's a stage name, one's his real name. Maybe.
Maybe. Is this the real Joey?
It's just waiting for the court date.
Oh, is that your full name? Okay. All right. That was very sneaky. Blair, what are your choices?
Well, I'm going to give two. I will just quickly say the low-hanging fruit of Firefly. We all know, we all love. We wish there was more Firefly. But honestly, the one that jumps out the most to me was a time-traveling show that only got one season called Journeyman, which I absolutely loved. But had a cliffhanger ending, and it just did not get renewed. It was very, very sad. I could pitch it, but it makes me sad.
Those cliffhanger endings are real jerk moves. Like Steve and Merchant, he had a comedy series, Hello Ladies, and they were going to cancel it, but they gave him like a movie so that way he could still wrap it up nicely. And I wish they could do that with all the sci-fi shows, because like Sliders, I know it got to 5 seasons, but what happened at the end? Jerk move. That's
I love
think.
Sliders, man. Well, I liked the first 3 seasons, and then it kind of...
Yeah, until they got rid of the professor. But can you imagine a reboot? Yeah. A reboot of that would just be awesome. I'm going to pitch it one day. Maybe.
I agree. In the chat, Victor says he needs to buy a bigger flat screen now, I guess, with our new format. Okay, good. Well, that gives you an excuse to buy a new TV. Or a new monitor. So I actually tweeted this question out earlier today. Unsurprisingly, Firefly was by far the most often tweeted response. I'm looking right now, though, but Redemption C2016 said Freaks and Geeks, which is a show I really liked, actually, back in the day. That was a really good show.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see. There were so many Fireflies. Pushing Daisies, there we go, from the Theater Lady.
Oh, that was only one season? Oh, yeah.
Well,
it was.
Just not necessarily one season, I guess. They might be just saying it got canceled before its time. They felt they may be saying that, too.
I think it was one season because I believe Kristen Chenoweth won the Emmy the year it was canceled. It was as a big fuck you to whoever said, this show isn't good enough. I loved that.
Nice. Jillian Coleman, who actually I just met at Dragon Con, she did some really cool Peggy Carter cosplay, says, because I know almost everyone is going to say Firefly, I choose Almost Human or Flash Forward. Those are good choices, too. Cool.
So I try not to actually, if I know a show's been cancelled, like Terra Nova, I try not to watch it because I know I'm going to get my heart broken. But it popped up anyway on Netflix. I went, yeah, this looks great, I'm going to watch it. And I got my heart broken. I am self-inflicting.
It's tough, though. I know it's tough when you know it's only had a season.
Yeah. You go, do I really invest my heart into this?
On Twitter, Maria Duran tweets 2 things. I love Pushing Daisy, she says, and she would love more episodes of Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. That's what the Once Upon a Time spinoff that only got 1 season. Which I actually never watched it. I do love Once Upon a Time, but I never got around to the spinoff.
Here's the problem with Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. I'll keep it really super quick, I promise. They took all of the original writing staff from Once Upon a Time and put it into Wonderland, and then that season of the regular Once Upon a Time suffered hardcore because the good writers were doing the spin-off show, and the show that was already getting the channel ratings started to suffer. So they were like, we gotta bring them back, so we're gonna close the side one and squish everybody over here. That was why they cut it.
Well, they've done the most interesting reboot of all for this next upcoming season.
I know this upcoming season is taking place in my neck of the woods.
Instead of my neck of the woods.
I'm behind on it. It's not taking place in Maine?
No, they're starting it in Seattle now.
Oh my jeez, that's weird.
They changed the filming from Vancouver to
in the
Seattle.
Chat, who's my co-host on DC Action Hour, says Once Upon a Time got a reboot.
Yep. Yeah, they're no longer filming in Vancouver either. It's being filmed in the U.S. in Seattle.
Oh, interesting.
Joey Lever just so Community needs that movie. Yes, Who watched Community?
I actually didn't.
You know.
No. People? Oh man, somebody
Seriously?
in the chat. Some people in the chat, I'm sure have. In the chat, let us know if you watch Community.
Yeah, no, Joey Lever was saying how they definitely needs that movie still. That would just be epic. I reckon it will. I mean, they're rebooting Roseanne and, you know, Gilmore Girls, everything. I reckon it will have its time.
Hey. Roseanne's not getting rebooted. It's just returning.
Oh, returning. Sorry.
It just took a long break. It's not a
And they're
reboot.
wiping that horrific
And Dan's
season
not
9.
dead. Yeah, and Dan's
Yes.
not dead.
They Dan live
Did
on.
Dan die in the original?
At the end.
Yeah. It was
They
cool.
died, and then they won the lottery, and that was how they closed it down.
All right.
So apparently that whole, it's just like retcon, that whole season 9 never existed.
Yeah, because
in the chat,
season
Victor Snyder
was all a
says
fantasy.
so in the chat, Victor Snyder wants more Agent Carter. You got, you know,
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of people wish it kept going. All right, thanks,
That
guys.
should have
Lots
kept
of
going.
chatting going on today, and lots of tweeting too. Thanks, keep it up. So we just did our Geek Tree of the Week, which is which show that was canceled after one season. Do you wish was renewed? We had a lot of cool choices from our guest here and from the chat. Oh, Gaming with Viper 1 says, "Yay!" I'm going to take that as they're seeing us again. Awesome, great. Okay, so we should be good to go now, folks. Yes, he says they're back, or she says they're back. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, we're good to go now. All right, so hey, it's time for our first game of the night. And that's called...
I love games.
Oh, good. Well, hey, you're in the right show then.
Yes.
This is called... first of all, listeners' mates wants to know, ask Tyrolin, did a koala bear chew into your fiber optic line thinking it was bamboo?
No, I think it was the kangaroo that just started stomping on it. So apologies, guys. Wasn't my bad.
There's some wild kangaroos in her neighborhood.
There actually is. I have explained this on the podcast a couple times. But in my town, there was a woman who heard a knock at the door. She opened the door, and there was a kangaroo there, and it punched her in the face.
No, stop it. That's
It
not
did,
true.
and then it jumped off. It did. I was kind of hoping, like, they would arrest the kangaroo and charge him. But no, seriously, it did happen. Punched her right in the face. So, you know, it's a pretty wild hood here.
So kangaroos like actually use their arms to punch, not just their feet?
Yeah, because they kind of like go around like this because they like to scratch their tummy like this all the time. And then if they don't like something, they go pow like that. They're really quite scary. You've got to keep your distance. And you can't get in their
knocking
pouches.
at her door.
That's the part of the story I have the biggest issue with. It's not the fact that a woman got punched in the face. It's that it politely knocked on the door first.
I think it was more that like it was on the veranda and maybe its tail like went plunk against the door or something, or I don't know, maybe it had pamphlets, maybe it was trying to sell something to her. We'll never know.
In the chat, Viper01 says, "Oh my god, best story ever."
I got lots of them.
She really does, guys.
Damn, that's amazing. All right, so anyway, now I don't know how we top that, but now it's time to play Geeky Movie Mashup. All right, so this game, what we do is, Blair and I have prepared a few different. Basically, what we've done is we've taken either movies or TV shows, and we've taken two different things and mashed them up into one description, like one log line, if you will. So we've taken either like two movies or a TV show and a movie or two TV shows, and we've combined these two plots or two concepts of them and made them into one sentence or one idea. And you have to try to figure out what are these two things that we're mashing up. All right, what are the names of the two movies or the TV shows that are mashed up together? All right.
I'm gonna lose. Okay.
I'm gonna lose.
But hey,
too.
you're on a
Don't
team with me,
feel
so we're
bad.
gonna win.
Yeah, Jeff, you guys should be fine. You should be fine.
So it's going to be me and Tyrolin. So we're on the left side of your screen there, folks, if you're watching. And then Blair and Joey on the right side of your screen are the other
Team right.
Team right.
Team right.
Team
That's
wrong.
right. Team right. You put us
Yeah,
on the
team
right.
wrong.
You knew how this was going to
I
go.
see. Yeah. All right. We'll see. All right. So I prepared some. I'm going to give mine and then to Blair and Joey. They will guess, and then Blair has some that he will give to me and Tyrolin. Obviously, you work as a team together. You know, maybe one of you can get half of it, and the other person get the other half. All right. I guess I'll start with mine. So then Blair and Joey, you guys can guess on this one, and we'll go back and forth. And we'll see who gets the most at the end. In the chat, folks, please, we love it when you participate. You guys are usually much better at these games than we are, actually. You guys usually nail all of them. So please, put your answers in the chat, and then actually you can help us out. I guess technically we should probably not look at that, but oh well. That's fine.
I'm closing the chat window right now.
I'm sure you are, yeah.
I'm enlarging the chat window right now.
All right, well, Viper01 says, bring it. All right. That person's excited. Very good. Is that one of your HooPod people, by the way?
I don't.
Viper is actually, I believe, if it's who I think it is DJ Jackal, who I used to DJ with in my online DJing days. And if that's who it is...
DJ Jackal, if that's who you are. Okay.
Yep.
He confirms it. Is it a he or a she?
He.
Okay, all right, I got it right then. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one to Blair and Joey. A French dude who speaks with a British accent and is always adjusting his uniform has to steal the Declaration of Independence before one of his evil associates gets his hands on it. You got all right. So
I know half of it.
The first half or the second half?
What's half of it?
Half of it's National Treasure.
Yeah, National Treasure.
It's the other one, the one with Johnny Depp, played that inept kind of bumbling.
That was such a good film. He was like the male version of me. Would all be all right in the end.
I see.
What was that?
I really threw you guys off with this thing because that's not even close to what it is.
Jeez, French guy with the British accent.
And is always adjusting his uniform. By the way, they're not all movies. Don't look at the... Okay, the chat got it already, but don't look there.
I'm not looking at it.
We're playing fair.
Very good, Victor Snyder. Nice job. You got the other half. National Treasure is correct, though, for the Declaration of Independence part.
Right.
By the way, can I just say, National Treasure... Like, I usually do not want any sequels, but National Treasure is the one franchise. I don't understand why they didn't make a third one, man. I really enjoyed the first two, and that franchise seemed like it was going strong. I don't get it. Like, why they didn't do any more.
I think because of Ghost Rider at the time.
I think Nick Cage
for
is
Ghost
the main
Rider.
reason. Nick Cage became Nick
Haslan
Cage.
Shamsol in the chat says, my 3 favorite Hooman podcasters live. Hey, yes, that's right.
How's it going, buddy? Know him.
Hi. I can't look at you, even though you are one of our greatest fans. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Well, so anyway, any guesses before we go?
No, I'm done.
I'm tapped out.
I'm cheating.
Victor and Lister's may got it. It's Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's Captain Picard I was referencing.
Oh, son of a bitch.
French guy, yeah.
He's French.
Jean.
You know, but he always does Picard maneuver.
Yes. Yes.
I thought you'd get that, Blair.
Shit.
All right, hey, Tyrolin, that means we can take the lead if we get this.
Yeah,
all right, awesome. Let's do it.
I think the quality of the ones I made was a lot less than yours because mine are pretty easy, at least it's in my personal opinion. Here we go. You think you know the world you live in, but what if I tell you that all you are batteries for those who live in infinity? Are you done?
No, keep
for
going.
Those who... What if I tell you if all you are is a battery for those who live in infinity and beyond?
Matrix Toy Story.
As I said, mine are probably.
Okay, wait, what was it, Tyrolin?
Yeah.
Matrix and Toy Story. But which Toy Story is it?
All right.
Oh.
That correct, Blair?
Yes. That was
right,
the softball, but a lot of them aren't that much harder, to be honest.
Thank you. Don't make it hard.
I do a podcast with a couple of millennials, so I wanted to throw them into their world.
All right, so there you go. All right, we have the lead. Very good. All right, here's your guys' next one. I think this may be a little easier. We'll see. A teenage girl finds it inconceivable that her best friend got her pregnant, so she decides to drink a gallon of Sunny Delight.
Well, inconceivable? Princess Bride?
Princess Bride, yep.
Can you repeat the whole thing just one more time?
I sure can. A teenage girl finds it inconceivable that her best friend got her pregnant, so she decides to drink a gallon of Sunny Delight.
Okay, so Princess Bride and Juno.
You got it. Princess Bride, Juno.
Good job.
Well done, Joe. You're the ringer on this team.
Last
just
night, by the
everybody
way,
knows, I've never
our geeky
seen you
question
now.
of the day yesterday on Twitter was, "What's your favorite quote from Princess Bride?" I got a lot of responses, man. People love Princess Bride, as I do too. So,
How about the whole freaking movie, man? How's that for best quote ever?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
yeah, you can say that, sure.
All right, presumed
Right.
dead after footage of a student documentary in a Maryland forest was found. Rose ends up on the largest man-made vessel of its time.
Titanic.
Okay, I think I know it. But Tyrolin, do you know?
The second one's Titanic. What was the first bit?
Presumed dead after footage of a student documentary in a Maryland forest was found. Rose.
Oh, is that Blair Witch?
Yeah.
That's my witch project.
Very
There
nice.
you go.
All right.
I haven't
Tyrolin,
even
you're
seen
killing
it, but yay.
Apparently,
made it
I'm
easy for
supposed
me. Feel
to
sorry
play
for me.
nice.
Yeah.
Necrodius in the chat. Necrodius says the movie you guys were thinking of with Depp was Mordecai. He says.
Mordecai, thank you.
I tell you what, it got terrible ratings and it like flopped at box office, but I really enjoyed it.
I never even heard of it.
Oh, it's really funny. And what's his name? Chaucer from A Knight's Tale. Paul Bettany. He's like really gruff in it, and like it's really cool to see him kind of played as like macho, kind of sexy kind of character. It was good. It was underrated. Go
Right.
Mordecai.
In the chat, Hazwan says the mashup is only 2 movies, right? Yes. Well, it's 2 things. It could be movies or TV shows, but there are 2 things that are mashed up. You were correct. And Necrodius says he liked the movie Mordecai, by the way. Tyrolin. So there you go. You're not alone.
Yes.
All right, here's it, guys. Next one for Blair and Joey. Our team is in the lead by 1. By the way, one of my favorite names ever is in the chat. Pancake King. Hey guys, long time no see. He says. All right, Pancake King. Thank you for joining us. I just like saying
Welcome,
that name.
Pancake King.
That's a good
Pancake King, by the
name.
way,
You
really
love
did used to
Pancake
work at
Parlor.
IHOP, he told us.
I'm a little bit biased because I'm from the land of flapjacks.
Do you have Pancake Parlor in America?
No.
Is that a place where you go and just eat pancakes and hang out?
Yeah.
We
It's
call it
like
IHOP.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner 24/7. Everything's like pancakes. It's
Yeah,
so
there's
good.
IHOP here.
IHOP. Well, where
I like
you
the name
are.
of Pancake Parlor though a lot. I want those.
I-
Yeah. No, put
Yeah.
that on your list when you finally come here.
Canada doesn't have shit
I
when
will.
it comes to
I'll
that.
be like, don't avoid kangaroos. Go to Pancake Parlor.
And dodge the
Don't
willy
go on
wings.
amusement park rides over there. That's a different story she told us before we went live.
Oh, the Tyrolin Puxty story. You guys will love it.
All
All right, I'm
anyway,
ready.
Here we go.
I'm
Here's
ready.
the next
I'm
one for Blair and Joey. They're behind by 1. A soldier and a scientist find a super cool black Trans Am, and when they hit turbo boost, they're transported to a world where everyone walks like an Egyptian.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider's 1.
The old guy can get the old shows.
I try to be a little clever with this one. This guy's in it, but
Is it Knight Rider and Transformers?
not Transformers. Knight Rider's good.
Can you read it again? Sorry.
Yeah, a soldier and a scientist find a super cool black Trans Am, and when they hit turbo boost, they're transported to a world where everyone walks like an Egyptian.
Back to the Future.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Oh.
Good job, Nick.
Okay.
You got in the chat. He's gonna get it.
The,
He's gonna get it.
the second one's got to be another show, right?
Yeah,
That's
gotta be
it
show
started
or
as
movie.
a movie, and then it became shows.
Oh God.
I can't remember the name of this other show. That I like.
Stargate.
Yes.
Stargate.
Yeah.
Stargate.
Egyptian. Clued
This is
in.
the Egyptian
Stargate.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Well done. Well done.
Did we get
Hosman
that
got
one?
Stargate. Very good, sir. And so did Necrodius in the chat. So did listeners, mate. And Viper01 says, "Excuse me. Here in Canada, we take our pancakes out to the Maple Shack. We don't need a house of pancakes."
That's right. Power to the Maple Shack. Don't know what.
Is that a real business?
Maybe. I've never been to one, but I power to it. Yes.
I think okay.
All
Charles
right.
Church, you also got it right. Hey, Charles, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. All right. So next one for us.
A simple man who has lived an extraordinary life meets a woman he met years earlier as they drove to New York from college together. They became best friends, and then they weren't friends, and then they fell in love.
Forrest Gump, the first one, is it?
Yeah.
Is
And
the
then Harry
second
met
one?
Sally, right? When Harry met
Yeah.
Sally for the second.
Yes.
All right.
I've
Blair,
actually never
we're
seen
on
that
fire.
Like I
Yeah, you
honestly,
see-
I was trying to make this not super hard.
No, they're not.
I've
Dude,
got one when it comes back around.
Tyrolin's here, so that's good. I wouldn't have gotten all of them probably. So.
No, Blair just knows me very well. He knows what I've seen.
Two more here. Hosman thought it might have been Big Fish, by the way, what you just said.
Ooh, Big Fish, great movie.
Okay, so we got 2 more each. We were up by 1, so it's a tight game. Here's the next one for you guys. A cop who can detect future crimes travels to a medieval setting where he becomes a jousting champion while rock music plays in the background.
Knight's Tale?
Love that movie.
Yeah, which Tyrion, I think, just mentioned a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
It is one of her
favorites. I'm about to use that one. I thought the first one was easier.
The cop that what?
Can detect future crimes.
Oh.
Is that Minority Report?
Yeah, you got it. Minority Report and A Knight's Tale. 2 movies. Osman got it in the chat. 2 movies I really like a lot.
Okay, Joey, go for it.
All right. Actually, I'll take the last one because I need to actually properly word this out. So you take this one, and I'll get the last one.
All right, which one of these 2 do I want to use? Okay, a sole survivor from a twisted gun battle on a boat is being questioned by the police, spins a wild tale of a hooker who was hired by a rich man to be his escort to social events.
Okay, I know the last
one. Is that
one.
Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman's the last part.
Pretty Woman is the last one.
Can you read us the thing again, though?
A sole survivor of a twisted gun battle on a boat is being questioned by the police, spins a wild tale of a hooker who was hired by a rich man to be his escort to social events. I
might know it. What do you think, Tyrolin?
I'm going to hand it over to you.
No, well, we can talk amongst ourselves. Do you have an idea or no?
No, I don't think I do. I know when I hear it, I'll go, duh.
All right, I don't know.
It's not coming.
I'm not sure if this quite fits. The only thing I'm thinking of is The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Great
that was
movie,
my tough
way.
one.
Amazing
Well
movie.
done. Yes.
Brian Singer's early work.
Oh, I love that movie. I watch everything Kevin Spacey does because.
All right, so you guys need this one to at least tie us. All right.
Okay.
Shoot.
Here we go. By the way, Charles Churchill. This actually is not a bad guess. He thought it was Pretty Woman in Under Siege, the Steven Seagal movie. That is on a boat, so that makes sense. Here we go. A man falsely imprisoned for 13 years returns to France to enact revenge on his friend who set him up and stole his fiancée by dressing in green tights and singing musical numbers in English forests.
Okay, I know the last one.
What is it?
Is that Men in... Go ahead.
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights,
Men in Tights.
Okay, I know that one.
Shit, that was the one I knew too. One more time.
Proteus says he's never seen Usual Suspects. I highly recommend it, man. It's
one of the best movies ever.
I haven't either, don't worry.
I don't think Tyrolin's seen anything, actually.
She's not.
Can you read it one more time?
I'm just kidding. Yes, absolutely. A man falsely imprisoned for 13 years returns to France to enact revenge on his friend who set him up and stole his fiancée. Maria Duran got it already, and so did Haswan in the chat. So good job.
The
Necrotes did too.
It's a toss-up between these 2, and I will let Blair pick the 2. It's either Les Miserables or Count of Monte Cristo.
Which one do you go with?
Les Mis.
Well, you should have went with the Count of Monte Cristo, because that's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen either.
It's been so long.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of interpretations of the Alexander Dumas book, but the one with Jim Caviezel, the most recent one, it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend that too. All right, we got one more. We can Tyrolin, we can take the win here if we get this one, the last one they have.
All right, let's do it.
Ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
So, all right. Sewn up, doe-eyed Sally wants to be the most popular girl when she discovers her magic powers on her 16th birthday.
Is it Sabrina the Teenage Witch for this?
Nope.
Hang on, can you read it again? I missed the first part.
Yep. Sewn up, doe-eyed Sally wants to be the most popular girl when she discovers her magic powers on her 16th birthday.
Sewn up? Is that the first part it says?
Yep.
Is that
Don't throw me off.
that Tim Burton one? No.
There's a bunch of Tim Burton movies.
Sally's
difficult.
song, and she's got that opera kind of Sally song thing, and she's got... No, I don't think that's the one.
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me.
You bastard, Joey.
Maria's got the first one.
Maria's got it.
I see some things in the chat, so I will not answer because I think some people in the chat have gotten it.
Maria did.
But I find it hilarious.
It's definitely Tim Burton.
So you're right. Okay,
What's that Halloween one? Yeah, the Halloween one.
Yeah, what's the name? What's the name of the Halloween
Nightmare
one?
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we need the other
That's
part.
only half of it.
Hey, Jason.
Which part was that? The Sally part, right?
Yeah, Sally.
Female lead. Yeah.
What's the
And I
second
only knew
half?
that because my student sang yesterday Sally's song, and it all kind of tied up. So,
What's the second
discovers powers on her 16th birthday.
I think the chat might have
There's a
gotten it.
hint in the way I wrote it too. She wants to be the most popular girl.
There's a lot of those sort of movies.
I know, but considering how
Yeah,
I
I know
wrote
you
it,
don't.
need a head.
That's a little vague.
What do you think,
Did
Jeff?
you guys just come up with this one to try to stump us so we didn't win?
I have the second one actually sitting right next to me. If you can't figure it out,
Yeah, my last one was
Is it a TV show or a movie? So it's a TV show? Because I was thinking Buffy, but...
Oh, yes,
I
it's
thought it was a
Buffy.
movie.
That's what the chat thinks.
it is not Buffy.
Oh!
Sitting right next to you then where you got
Jeff thought it was
Charmed.
Buffy.
But that weren't 16.
That's behind me.
said
That's not
Charmed.
next to me.
Oh.
All right, well, I guess it's a tie then because we did not get this one.
All right, you ready?
What
Go
is it?
on.
Teen Witch, 1989.
Oh, I haven't
What the
watched
hell
that.
is that?
Are you kidding me? This is one of the greatest cult classic films of the 80s. It's got Zelda Rubinstein. It's got a guy that goes on to General Hospital. It's got Robin
Oh, excuse me.
you've never seen or heard this
That was
movie? Are you kidding me?
General Hospital.
No.
Jeez, should have known.
God. Plus the songs that have never been released on soundtrack. Oh my God.
Man, I get you
All
guys
right.
really
Yeah,
wish
it's okay.
you'd
So they
gotten my
cheated,
second
basically.
one.
They just such an.
My fifth one was.
You know
a
it's bad when
piece
nobody
of
in the
cake.
chat gets it because they always get everything. They were guessing Carrie, Clueless, Sabrina.
Y'all need to go to the light and see Teen Witch, okay? God.
Chris
My
Hadley says
softball-
LOL guy from General Hospital.
The softball I had was two kids find a magical board game that once open trapped a pet detective who's full of catchphrases. That would have been my fifth.
Ace
That
Ventura,
would have
Jumanji.
been. You would have
Or Jumanji,
handed it to
Ace
them
Ventura.
with that one, Blair.
As I said, I was trying to be nice to you guys. I didn't try to be hard.
Viper01 in the live chat says, "Oh my God, should have guessed that knowing Joey."
Thank you.
All right.
Jumanji is
All right, there you go. Well, that's a tie game. So there we go. We each got 4 out of 5. Not too bad. Good job, everybody.
wins. Yay.
Right. All right, so let's talk to our guest here a little bit about what they're up to. And then we got some Geeked Up news. We got some Wonder Woman sequel and Star Wars Episode 9 news. And then we're going to do one true pairing game and another Geek Tweet question as well. All right, but all these guys, Blair, Tyrolin, and Joey, do a podcast, the HooPod podcast. Do you guys want to, Tyrolin, do you want to tell them what that is?
Yeah, Joey will probably explain it a little bit better, but we are part of a group called Team Human, and pretty much just like this, we talk about everything geeky. We talk about our favorite kind of geeky shows and movies and weird stories about, you know, amusement rides falling on your head, those sort of things. And we sometimes interview little celebrities like Felicia Day. Yeah, I'm going to hand it over to Joey because you're going to explain this better than me.
There's not much more to really explain. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. We send out a call to the community of Team Hooman, which, for those of you, if you're not familiar with Team Hooman by now, I don't know what rock you've been under, but Team Hooman started around the online Twitch streamings between Felicia Day and her brother Ryan Day, and they've grown into great charitable streams that, you know, through subscriptions and through donations, you know, we either choose something medical or something animal. Sometimes it's a toss-up. Sometimes it's completely left field, and you never know. And it became a safe gathering place online to express ourselves and share creativity and ideas. And we wanted to create a podcast and where we also talk to the members of the community, because everybody's also got a story. It's not just about Felicia and Ryan and anybody else who may have started out in Geek and Sundry and whatnot. So we try to bring and tie in everybody as well. Yes, we did have Felicia on. We've also had Jessica Mears on, Anna Geeks, Omar, Maya. We've had all kinds of people that I know I should be able to name them all right now, but this is like the Oscars, and I feel like I'm just spitting out crap.
We got limited time.
Right so we try to schedule and gather and whatnot. We've done over 50 episodes now. We come March next year will mark 2 years for us. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty good.
All right.
We've all been in the hot seat too.
All right. So before we give out some links in that for your guys, let me share some chat stuff here. Necrodia says, as bringer of the awesome, I break the tie and give the win to Jeff and Tier. All right, thank you. We'll take that. We win according to the chat.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, but you don't do that. That is not right.
Hey, we can do whatever. The chat can do whatever they want, man. It's my show.
They can say whatever they want, but they're not actually in the show. They're not sitting in the hot seat and doing all these questions.
It's okay, Joey. It's
really a hot seat.
It's a fake.
Everybody decides getting to me. Feeling the vapors.
Also, people in the chat like Chris Hadley want to do a host skit about that guy from General Hospital now. And JC Roy says, hi, Tier Dear. Saw your Hooman post I came by. Oh, that's a nice. Hi,
He's the best. I love him. Mwah. But it's true. Like, I put in the comments, like, I've always wanted to be that guy. Like, I've never wanted to be super famous or anything, but if I was ever in a movie, I'd want people to sort of go, oh, it's that chick. Like, I'd be very satisfied with that title.
It's that girl from Doctors.
Yeah, from Doctor. Yeah, it's a noble title, being it's that girl, it's that guy. Yeah, no, my most recent experience on that TV show was not pleasant. The shoes were too big, and every time they yelled action, my shoe kept falling off. I would trip into the camera. So I probably won't be invited back. True story. Anyway, let's move on.
Is a show called Doctors? Is it an Australian show?
Doctor. Yeah, it's actually really quite popular here. Yeah, I know, right? And they're going to distribute it in America under a different name. And I've been in a few episodes now. They keep calling me back for some absurd reason because something terribly wrong always happens when I'm on set. But yeah, they're filming it in my town. So, yeah.
Sweet.
That's my claim to fame.
Hasman says, that guy for president 2020. All right, good. In the chat, Lanier says, it's always about people named Ryan. People named Ryan rule the world. His name is Ryan. That's why he says that.
The character in my upcoming book is called Ryan. It's true. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for another one of your books, though.
Yeah, let's talk about that in 1 second. Viper01 says, power to the chat, people. Yes, I agree, sir. You guys actually seriously make our show every week. You guys make it much more fun. Thank you very much.
They're the stars. Absolutely.
Really appreciate it. Yeah, so tell people about your book. As on the pre-show, you're telling us you're going to Florida soon. You got an award, right? Tell us about your books, Tyrolin.
Yeah, okay, so I have a few books. The first one came out in 2015, Broken Dolls, and that's the one Felicia Day actually had it on her vlog, Vaginal Fantasy. I said it right this time. Wait,
I was sitting here waiting for it too.
I was dreading saying it because for the longest time I kept calling vaginal, and I didn't understand that I was saying it wrong. So I'm like, yeah, Vaginal Fantasy. Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing. So Vaginal Fantasy. And that's that book. So the most recent one that came out, Colt Harper, Esteemed Vampire Cat, it's about a guy who will kill you if you're mean to cats. So like if you pat them the wrong way or if you stroke their fur the wrong way, he's going to kill you for it, okay? And then you get sent to community service for it, which is community theatre. Trouble ensues. So I actually won a bronze medal for it for the Reader's Favourite. Now, for those who don't know what the Reader's Favourite is, a lot of celebrity authors like Jim Carrey have actually won this award, and I get to go to Miami in November. So hopefully if anyone's near Florida and once all the very sad wreckage of the hurricane is all cleaned up, hopefully I'll get to meet some people. It's be really cool. And that's my story.
That's an awesome story. Congratulations. That's really exciting.
Thank you.
And we'll talk later about Universal Studios and other cool stuff.
Yes. Oh my god. I want a wand so badly. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ape just casting spells everywhere.
You should, man. Oh, the wand shops are really cool. They're like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They have exactly like replicated from the movies. It's amazing.
That's amazing. I'm such a Harry Potter nerd that on my 20th birthday, I went to, it was a Harry Potter expo that came to Sydney. And there are all these kids there getting ready to be sorted into the hat, and me. And they're like, okay, who's going to go next? You know, little Jimmy, what about you? So I stuck my hand up and I said, it's my 20th birthday. May I please go up instead?
I thought you were going to say, I pushed little Jimmy out of the way, and I just ran off.
Oh, I probably did and didn't notice. But it was very important to me. Got sorted in Ravenclaw.
Did you say Ravenclaw? I'm Ravenclaw!
Yeah.
Yes!
No way! Yes!
Ravenclaw Rock.
That's why we won. That's why we won our game, because we're Ravenclaw.
Who are you, Gryffindor, Blair?
Gryffindor. Every test, every single one.
I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm Hufflepuff.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm not in
We've
any
got
of your
everything here but
houses.
Slytherin.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure we got some Slytherin in the chat, though. Probably. Let us know what
I'm
you are.
sure
in the
we
chat, folks.
do.
Maria says, by the way, congrats to you, Tyrolin, and she says you need to go to Ollivanders to get your wand. There is an Ollivanders in the universe.
Yes!
And JC Roy kindly just, he says, first time watching our show, and just subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, if you're your first time here, we would love it if you can keep checking us out and subscribe. And for our normal SGU people, obviously, please go subscribe to these guys' podcasts and check them out afterwards as well. HooPod. By the way, that's hoopod.podbean.com is where you can check the podcast, and it's at HooPod, that's HOOPOD on Twitter is where you can follow them.
Also available on iTunes.
Oh, yeah. That voice is great, man.
iTunes and Stitcher.
All right. Necrotis is also Ravenclaw. He says in the chat, Ravenclaw's the best, man.
Woo!
Oh, I got the most, maybe I can grab it at one point. I got the most awesome shirt there. It's a Ravenclaw Team Quidditch Captain shirt at the Universal. It's amazing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have them for all the houses, but.
I need the scarf. I'll have to admit it. I'll be going in a couple of years when the Star Wars land is built, and I'll probably get the scarf.
Awesome. Oh, Hausman just subscribed to us too. Hey, man, you guys got awesome fans. Cool.
The good people, man. Team
Our
Hoomans,
fans and your
rock
fans
on.
just have a big geeky party together.
I'm all for that.
JC Roy says, just don't buy a wand at Olive Garden. Spoilers, it's a breadstick. That'd be awesome if you had a breadstick.
Well, then you could cast a spell and eat it. It's win-win.
Expelliarmus!
Bruschetta!
And the pasta goes flying.
Well, see, here's the funny thing. So, Gaming with Viper just said Facebook can't decide if I'm supposed to be Gryffindor or Slytherin. So, I did that test as well. I think it was BuzzFeed. And I was evenly every single one. So, I was divergent. Like, I somehow went into like a different kind of...
And gaming, you can identify as a Slitherdorn. Or Slitherdor.
It sounds dirty.
Slitherdor.
Slytherin.
I was at Fan Expo I guess last week or the weekend before, and they actually had a booth where they had all the rooms where all the houses were mashed up. Like Griffin Puff is one that I would fall into because if I'm not Gryffindor, I do lean to Hufflepuff as well. So, so Slitherdor.
Nice.
Slitherdor.
In the chat, JC Roy says, Expectum Marinara. Nice. That's a new spot for Olive Garden.
Well done, sir. Well done.
And Lanier says,
That's
well, I'm
hot.
Thunderbird. I think Thunderbird's one of the American houses from the
It
Fantastic
is.
Beasts
It
movie.
is.
Can I just say, except for that one, I think those names sound ridiculous. Like, they're so much lamer than the British
I'm a
ones.
Puckwudgie. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
what the
is
hell?
a
Come on.
Puckwudgie?
Yeah, what the hell?
I read it. I was like, what? No.
Like, all the main ones, like Ravenclaw, they all sound cool, you know? Like the
Yeah. And just, it's like no thought went into the other ones.
It's like, how can we make this totally uncool?
They went out of their way to make it uncool.
Yeah. Who the hell would want to go to wizarding school in America, man, with those names? Everybody would want to go over to England. All right, so let's go on to some Geeked Up news here of the week, and then we're going to do another Geek Tweet question and our One True Pairing game. So, first news is, so I'm sure probably many people I think are excited about this. I certainly am. So Wonder Woman obviously has been pretty much, at least domestically, has been the most successful movie this past summer. It's very much given DC Cinematic Universe the boost it much needed. I think pretty much almost everyone wanted Patty Jenkins to come on to the sequel. They wanted her. They were negotiating. But she has, just this past week, she has signed the deal. She is definitely directing the sequel to Wonder Woman 2. Everyone rejoice. The movie.
Yay! Huzzah!
Yeah, so I know you haven't seen it yet, Tyrolin. So we won't. No spoilers, please, folks. No spoilers in the chat. But are you guys? I mean, I think she did a great job. Are you guys excited to have her return?
Yeah. Now that the kind of getting Wonder Woman off her island in ignorance and into who she is as a character is done, I see nothing but upside for this moving forward. I think Patty did a great job. Especially once Diana decided to be Wonder Woman as opposed to being told to stop, and I think she did a great job, and I think she's gonna continue to do a great job, and representation matters, man, and you got to reward good work.
Absolutely. In the chat, Hazwan, says yay, and Victor says I am dancing on the desk. He's so excited. Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah, for anybody who's not seen the movie yet, you need to go see it. It is by far, everybody in the world is in agreement that it is by far the better DC Universe movie on the market. Period. No matter how much any of the other ones have tried, this is the only good DC movie. And if Justice League continues on in the same level of production and acting quality, then DC might have some hopes. But if they drop the ball like they've usually done, I don't know.
Let's hope it continues in the right direction. Jeremy Pickham just said hello, Hoomans. He just joined us. Hello, thank you for watching. Also, we have listeners mate who says, Tyrolin, wow, you have 7 books. Holy shit, you write a lot, man.
I know, I'm addicted.
And quickly, too.
Correction. She has 7 published books. You're not including the ones in the vault that are sitting under her bed ready to...
And one coming up very soon.
I'm just going to publish another one.
Damn, that's impressive, man. I'm just trying to write my first one. Jeez. All right. Also, Hazwan says, get Tyrolin out of her island and go forth fight evil. I guess he's saying that you could be an Amazon, like Wonder Woman. That's a great compliment. The Amazons rocked in that movie.
Well, clearly you're tall, Tyrolin, so...
I'm not that tall. I'm 5'7". Like, I'm average.
That's pretty good height.
Every picture she takes, though, she looks like she's 6 feet tall.
It's just because, like, I'm wearing a skivvy at the moment, but I think it's because I have, like, an extra long neck. Yeah,
wait, what does that mean? What does that mean in Australia?
I told you it happened.
Turtleneck. I'm wearing a turtleneck.
I like how she said all boring, like when it was our American.
It was very Becky Connor over his hand.
Over here.
Oh, at least once a show she brings out a new one.
Underwear.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, like, I think I have a freakishly long neck, and I think that's what makes me look taller. Like, I stretch out like Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. Because, yeah, I'm only 5'7". I can't even model. I'm too short to be a model.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
Dude, you're wow, all you do is, like, you're hard on yourself, man. Come on.
No, but it's just funny because Blair's like, no, I could have sworn you were like 5'10". I'm like, no.
A picture where you actually look the height you claimed to be.
I was on tiptoes.
Just one.
No.
Every other. Never mind.
So, all right. So we can keep talking about her height, or we can go on to some Star Wars news. But yes, so very, very good. Oh, actually, let me ask you guys this real fast because I did this on our DC Action show on Sunday. And guys, if you like all these, we did actually a Wonder Woman chat, and then we talked all the CW DC shows like Arrow and Flash. You can check that out on our YouTube channel if you like those shows. Do you guys have any? Do you want any certain like characters in terms of a villain or other characters to appear in the sequel, or you have any hopes for what you'd like to see in the Wonder Woman sequel?
Cheetah, I think, is her main villain, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, on the chat, we were saying either Cheetah or Cersei, who's like the sorceress, would make sense. No, Joey, you're just making faces at me? Okay, great.
I want to be surprised.
Okay. Fine. All right. I guess that's
because I wouldn't be able to pick one. But which translates into I never read the Wonder Woman comics and don't know any of her other villains, and I feel really stupid about that. But don't judge me for it.
Fine. All right, so let's go on to Star Wars Episode 9 chat. So you might have heard recently that Colin Trevorrow, who was going to direct it, got the can, and now just a couple days ago they have brought J.J. Abrams, who of course did Episode 7. He will be directing Episode 9 back into the fold. I sent these guys a couple Hollywood Reporter articles. One of them was about the rotating door, kind of revolving door of the directors on the Star Wars films, how it kind of seems that way. But Blair, I'm sure, I know you're a huge Star Wars fan like me. Do you have thoughts of that? Victor says he's judging you, by the way, Joey, but he's just joking. We're not judging you.
Let Joey Stingray finish first. In general, I've had a few friends who have worked rather for Disney or Disney adjacent, and they run their company like a company. They're very interested in control. They're very interested in their IP and in maintaining a certain image, because for them it's not just about a movie. It's about the merchandising. It's about the theme parks. It's about all the other things Star Wars will bring to them. JJ played nice, and JJ hit a home run with his version of it. Hopefully Ryan does a great job as well in Episode 8. But I think if a director shows up and says, I'd like to do this thing that's a little different and kind of not what you want to do, Disney just goes, no, that's not going to happen. You have to play ball. And JJ played ball, and to me it's a good news, bad news solution. I don't like the fact that they're quashing some creative choices that are trying to be made by the directors, but in the same breath, I kind of wish JJ had done all three in a certain way. Like that's unfair to say, not because I haven't seen Ryan's work in Episode 8 yet, but I just liked what he brought to Episode 7. So for me, it's a win, but also, I mean, Disney's a company, guys. They're going to act like a company. You can't presume it's going to be anything different than that.
So in the chat, Victor says, I am next up to direct Star Wars 9. You might be, Victor. Though I think obviously JJ's got it now since he's worked with them before. Maria Duran says Disney is quite protective of their brand, as they should be. And Tyrolin is having a chat about emus with people in the chat, is what's happening, I see. Didn't we just talk about this, I feel, on the show recently, emus? I don't know how that came up. This is like the second show in a row we've talked about.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I don't know how this keeps coming up.
No, we're talking about how I actually have a pet emu, and
what?
He's evil. Yeah, like he is evil. I've got pictures. I'll have to show you.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Are you a fictional character? I know these stories.
Yeah, so like my first traumatic experience with the emu was when it was Easter and we're out on the property, and suddenly a tumbleweed could have gone by because everyone just disappeared. And I looked around, I'm like 8 years old, I'm like, where has everyone gone? And suddenly I hear, the emu got out, run! Now you can't outrun an emu because it will chase you. So I did the next best thing. I ran to the car because it was right next to me, and I closed the door, and I was there shivering, going, oh my god, the emu is going to come after me. And it did, because some mongrel had left down the back window, and the emu stuck its neck. Like, it's got a long neck like me. Like, I should relate to it. It stuck its neck right through to the front, passenger seat and started pecking me. And I screamed, horrified, was scared of it. And only recently have I kind of, reignited the spark with the emu. I now feed it, and all is well. But it does chase you if you're short, so you have to put your hand over your head and intimidate it and be like this. Because he gets all puffed up and he comes after you and he goes glug, 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 and it's really horrifying. So you have to go like that, and then he thinks you're tall, and then he goes and backs away. But they don't have hands, so it's kind of more like he just goes like that.
That was a super geeked up exclusive story. We haven't even heard that one on the podcast yet.
Yes. So. Yes. Wow, man, you have the most amazing stories ever. You guys were not kidding. I want to give you your own segment every week on our show now. Just for you to tell a story.
Tyrolin's story of the week.
Yeah. By the way, in the chat as you were telling that story, Jeremy Pinkham says, "Clever girl," making a nice Jurassic Park reference there.
Yeah.
Very well done, sir. Very well done.
Very well done. All right. And then Maria wants some GIFs to share about the story is being told with Jurassic Park, I guess. But I guess you can't use them in the chat. Sorry. Maria says it should be called the Evil Emu Hour, though. It can be the name of a show you do.
Oh, there we go.
It should get its own pop vinyl figure.
Yeah, and look, and you're right, actually. Because you just said I fed an emu by hand and was shocked at what a delicate eater it is because they don't have teeth, and I was terrified because it does peck you, and it's horrible when it does that. But when it actually eats from your hand, it's kind of like this rubbery, leathery feel. It kind of feels oddly nice, you know, like when you feed a horse and they kind of go like and it feels nice, their gums. It's kind of like that, but leathery.
I love these. I love how the horse sounded exactly like the emu. These are great sound effects. Okay.
Leathery gums. Oh my god.
Viper01 has another name for the show. It could be called Interview with an Emu.
As long as it stars Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That's our next guest.
Yeah, EmuTube, JC Roy says. That's great.
Oh, keep the emu puns coming, guys. Yeah. This is going to be the highlight of my week.
I was going to talk more about Star Wars, but fuck it. After that emu talk,
fuck it, yep.
Nothing's going to
ramble on.
Who cares? Episode 9. All right. So, Blair, let's go on to our second Geek Tweet question. Then we're going to do the last game, One True Pairing.
Yes. Second Geek Tweet of the week. Expand your window, Blair. If you were in the world of Star Trek, what would you do on the holodeck?
Hey folks, since you had to explain it to somebody else already, Blair, do you want to tell people if they're not Star Trek fans what a holodeck is?
Carolyn, you explain it because you really kind of summed it up really well.
It's like a daydream in real life.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I liked it. It's very simplistic and it works. It's creates
like the ultimate virtual reality.
Yeah, like you're immersed in it completely.
With no glasses.
When it shuts down, it looks like Tron. But yeah.
Yes.
No, it's good.
All right.
So
Blair, what would you do on a holodeck? By the way, Necrodia says, on the holodeck, I'd spend the time feeding emus so I can feel their gums on my hand.
Those rubbery gums.
Not a bad way to spend an afternoon.
Honestly, I would probably try to live out some of my sporting fantasies when I was a kid, be it hockey or baseball or football or some of the sports I played. Just kind of at that pinnacle, the NHL, the NFL, whatever it is, kind of live out that dream I had as a kid to win a major sports championship.
That'd be pretty cool, actually, yeah. Unsurprisingly, Lister's mate says he wants some Orion slave girls on the holodeck.
That's your thing, Lister's mate.
Yeah, he works that in. Whenever I talk about Star Trek, he works that in. Victor says he would be playing Dungeons and Dragons. You know what? That's pretty much my choice too, Victor.
Yeah,
I would want to do some kind of fantasy adventure, but like D&D. But I want to have like the romance and fun of Princess Bride into it.
So you're LARPing.
Yes, basically, you're right. I'm LARPing. That's totally you're right.
LARPing.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Tyrolin? What would you like to do on the holodeck?
So, I mean, I'm a chronic daydreamer. Every 5 minutes, I'm off in Fantasyland.
It's the book number.
So, yeah, so it's really hard to kind of just, choose just one thing. You know what? It'd be really cool even, like, to travel through space. Wouldn't you say? Like, there's some weird... There's a planet made of diamonds.
It's very Inceptionist, though. You're traveling through space on a device that allows you to travel through space. You're already traveling through space on the holodeck.
But she could travel through space in a totally different way.
Yeah, I don't have to have the big bubble helmet on because then I can just, like, breathe through it.
They're not space balls.
No, but, like, if I was really in space... It'd take forever to get anywhere, and I'd have to have a big astronaut suit on, and that's not fun. But if I was in my daydream, I could get to places quickly. Like, I don't know why I'm swimming, but yeah, like I'd swim to my places, and I wouldn't have a tank on.
Oh, the face palm is strong with Joey.
Yeah.
Viper01 in the chat says, computer, load space, nothing else, just space.
Oh my lord.
Also on Twitter, Garuda X17 says, an evil emu, your next book idea maybe. She tweeted a picture.
Oh, I reckon 2019.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And then also in the chat, Necrodia says a Princess Bride LARP. I join in. And Hazwan says lightsaber battles in the holodeck. That would be cool. I'm down.
The
with
trench run I saw as well from Linear, which I think would be amazing. The Star Wars trench run, absolutely. But I would not be Porkins or Gold 5 or Gold Leader. That would just be bad.
No, other people die. You gotta be Luke. Come on.
You gotta be. Well, you could be Wedge.
Maybe Wedge.
Doesn't.
Be Wedge.
And he bails. You know, everyone else gets to die. Wedge. Nah. We need him to blow up the second one.
Exactly, man. Joey, what about you? What would you do on the holodeck?
Better question is, what wouldn't I do on the holodeck? I think the first thing I do is reenact a Britney Spears music video.
Which one?
Yeah, you would.
All of them mashed up into one.
Oh my god, amazing. I want to see that. Alright, that's it, I guess. Okay.
Probably I might scare you.
Very simple one.
Imagine that, folks.
It's Joey in a nutshell, guys.
Yeah.
All Britney Spears songs mashed into one. Joey Couture.
All right, so there you go, folks. You can keep giving us your answers, though, in the live chat or on Twitter at super-geekedup. All right, so it's time for our last game of the night. This is thank you to our friends at the Effective Geeks podcast for introducing us to this game and letting us use it. It's called One True Pairing. And this one, so what we have to do, so basically in this first one, I am going to be the judge. And these guys all have to pick a character from a horror movie. All right? And then once they've all chosen theirs, I will pick a fourth character from a horror movie. And then they're going to have to argue why their character would be the best romantic pairing with my chosen character. So they're not going to have any idea what I'm choosing until they've already chosen theirs. What did you say? It's easy?
No, it's OTP.
Oh, yes, it is OTP. Very good.
OTP.
You know me.
Acronyms. I can do acronyms.
Viper01, by the way, says Joey would be the first person ever beamed to sickbay due to Britney Spears dance exhaustion. Yes, that is
probably
true.
Not, actually.
I don't know. You can ask my sister's cat. I dance with it all the time.
All right. So
I know.
All right, let's go. Let's start with Tyrolin. What horror movie character have you chosen?
I have chosen, so long as Joey didn't steal it, because there'll be trouble, but I went first.
Yeah, because
so
you're going first.
It'll be you. Yeah, it's all mine. Annie from Misery.
Okay, is that the, what's her face? Freaking character?
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, thank you. Okay, got it. And her character's name is Annie? I actually still haven't seen Misery.
Yeah, Annie.
Okay,
I had to
Misery.
Google it, but yeah, Annie.
All right, Joey, who's your character?
I have Pumpkinhead of Pumpkinhead.
Okay. Necrodius, by the way, says Tyrolin. That's an interesting choice. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
And Blair, who's your choice?
I will go with the two-faced Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Ooh.
Oh, all right. So we got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, we got Pumpkinhead, and we have Annie from Misery. Oh, Viper01 saying, oh, that's good too. Well, he likes all the choices. All right, so let's see here. I made a list of ones, and I got to decide what would be the best one to pair with all your guys' choices. Annie, Pumpkinhead. What was yours again? Oh, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, right? All right, so you went classic.
It's not a good sign, Blair. He's already forgotten who you are.
Oh, shit.
Like The Bachelor, you've already been voted off.
All right, I'm gonna go with Ghostface from Scream.
Okay.
Ah.
Interesting.
Oh, I think we'd work out very well together.
Oh, well, great. So, Tyrolin, you could start. Tell me why Annie from Misery would be a good pairing with Ghostface from Scream.
Well, they both seem to really like taunting people, and I feel that could be, like a nightly activity for them to bond as a couple. I think Annie, at the end of the day, she's very caring. When she loves hard. So you wouldn't have any worry of her running off and cheating on Mr. Screamface. Yeah, I think it's a very sweet little matchup. I would actually like to see that spin-off of Annie and Mr. Screamface.
I love how he's Mr. now.
Mr.
I'm making him a gentleman hoarder.
Mr. Screamface.
A gentleman caller.
I've got a question for you on this, though, Tyrolin.
Is she his #1 fan?
Well, of course. Why not? Yeah. Well, no. Well, she only likes books. What did Mr. Screenface do? He's got a voice because he taunts people on the phone, doesn't he? So maybe she's moved on from books to radio.
Oh, God.
So maybe she gets obsessed with like the.
He loves making scary movie references.
Yeah. So she's moved on from the books and gone into the adaptions of all the scary movies instead. So, yeah, and I feel he wouldn't be, too intimidated by her. So it would work out really well. He'd put her in a place sometimes, but she'd put him in his place going, why are you going out murdering tonight? And how about we stay in instead and I'll break your legs? Yeah, be a nice couple.
All right. I like it. Very nice. Joey, Pumpkinhead, and Ghostface.
All right, well, the great thing about Pumpkinhead is that whenever you need to summon him, he'll be there for Screamface or Ghostface, rather. From the Scream. And, they say that one of the biggest keys to a working couple is that you interact with each other. You do couples activities, but this is an alternative couple. And, going to the movies or going shopping might not always work. But let me tell you what, anybody who ever hurt Ghostface in his past, Pumpkinhead will go through and he'll annihilate them one by one. But here's the great thing. Ghostface doesn't have to ask about what happened later. He sees it and he feels it happening, so it's a deep interaction. And at the end, they can just, annihilate each other.
All right. I feel like that was a bit of Professor Joey there giving us a dissertation on horror.
Really was.
In the chat, by the way, Necrotius had said to Tyrolin, that is the most well thought out answer anyone has ever done in this game. And let's just admit, you're probably right, because usually we're talking out our asses in this game. So, very good. By the way, folks, again, if our new format here, I know you guys can't see it on the guest, but you guys watching, there are 4 geeky pictures in the background of us. If you bonus points if you can name what they all are or where they're from. Anyway, all right, let's go over the Blair now. Last chance here. So Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Ghostface.
Well, Ghostface, you see, you're not just one person, are you? You're multiple people, so you understand the same plight that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde go through. Sometimes you're the blonde guy. Sometimes you're the guy that married Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's just kind of the dual personality thing that you got going on and we got going on. We can bond over it together. We can have our different personalities mix and match. Hey, we can mix it up. That's right. So you have one of yours, I'll have one of mine. The next night, we can switch it up. We have, well, not endless possibilities, but we have a lot of possibilities to keep things interesting and exciting.
I would like to formally protest what part of his statement.
Oh, God, you would.
Okay, Ghostface is from Scream, and Freddie Prinze Jr., who was married to Sarah Michelle Gellar, was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay, I missed that. Yes. Fine. Whatever.
I was trying
that
to
was bothering me too.
Pumpkinhead has got your back. Pumpkinhead loves you.
Well, it's still 2 people. I shouldn't have said Freddie Prinze Jr. I forgot the other guy.
I was kind of stuck on that too. I was like, when was he in Scream?
Oh, sorry. I said it. I immediately.
I like how you did a very you address Ghostface to it like you're speaking to Ghostface rather than do a more omniscient point of view. All right. So, by the way, in the chat, Viper01 first. Yes, sir. Very good. You got all the correctly what's in their background here. It is Spider-Man, Back to the Future, Supergirl, and Star Wars. Yes, those are the 4 images I chose here to kind of represent different geeky things we love. All right, so I got to pick a winner. Who I think made the best argument out of Pumpkinhead, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Annie from Misery with Ghostface. And I think I absolutely have to go with Annie from Misery. It's a very nice,
don't like your ankles.
Very nice, romantic, bizarre explanation.
Romantic in a horrific kind of way.
Yes. which I appreciated. All right, so I guess I got here. We have one. Let's do one more real fast. We do have one more on the docket. The second one, and then we'll wrap it up, folks. This is cartoons. Blair's going to judge this one, actually. So we all had to pick cartoon characters, and then Blair will pick a fourth cartoon character. Joey, I'll let you start this time. Who's your choice?
The animated Crypt Keeper.
Animated Crypt Keeper. Wow, he really does like horror. All right.
Yep.
Keeping it
Victor,
with
by the way,
the theme.
Victor says, Joey, you should have won the last one. Well, Victor,
I know.
Rude.
I should have won a lot of things in life, but that's just how it goes.
All right, so he picked animated Crypt Keeper. Tyrolin, who do you pick?
There's so many cartoons. I love cartoons, but let's be nostalgic, and let's go Angelica from Rugrats.
Oh, God.
Angelica from Rugrats? Okay, cool.
Okay.
I have a lot of cool choices.
Wait, is it the romantic thing again?
It's one true
It's alright, I'll
parent.
fix it. I'll clean it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going to go from a character from my favorite cartoon ever, Scooby-Doo, and I'm going to pick Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
What did you want to do, Tyrolin? Are you okay with? You're okay
You want to change
with?
it? You can change it if you want. Now,
No,
look,
no,
they don't
look,
always have
if
to be
it-
romantic. You could just make an argument why they would maybe hang out together and have fun or something.
Oh no, it's okay because she'd be like 28 now, so it's all good.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. My character of choice is Sterling Archer.
I have such a crush on him.
It's from, hang on, I
He's
actually don't watch
suave.
it. So from the show
And I've got the turtleneck on.
From the show Archer,
I
yeah.
actually didn't know his first
Got the
name. Okay,
turtleneck.
interesting. All right, Joey, go ahead. Archer and what the hell did you pick? Oh, Crypt Keeper, animated Crypt Keeper.
The animated Crypt Keeper. All right. So, Sterling, I think that we would be a one true pairing because, first of all, I've got all sorts of stories that you're going to love. And second of all, they're chock full of phrasing that's just going to make you laugh forever.
So we're still doing phrasing? That's what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah, we
Phrasing.
got, these stories about, there's drama, there's horror, there's all kinds of stuff. And you don't ever have to worry about getting sunburnt with me because I'm always down in the crypt.
All right.
Just like the
Tyrolin.
real guy.
So we have Angelica from Rugrats and Archer.
Yes. Okay. So let's just pretend that Angelica she's grown up with us. So let's say she's probably be about 28 now. So we know Angelica knows what she wants. She's a leader. She can manipulate a little bit. Now let's pair that with Archer, who is so up himself, is all over the place, doesn't really control things very well. If you put them together, you've got that yin and yang. You've got Angelica, who would put Archer in his place and say, look, you got to do this. You got to stop drinking. You got to stop getting shot constantly. You got to stop saying phrasing and just chill. And then Archer would also calm Angelica down sometimes with these snarky little comments. So I think it would balance really well. And plus, I'm wearing Archer's turtleneck, so I think I should get bonus points for that.
Right.
And that's my story.
So in the chat, listeners may want to know if it was the grown-up Rugrat. Yes, we're talking about like a grown-up Angelica here, sir. And Viper01 says, that Crypt Keeper just freaked me out and I loved it. The stories always ended with a pun. It was great. All right, there you go. I was a fan of the Tales from the Crypt.
Phrasing.
All right.
Danger zone.
All right, let me tell you why Shaggy is obviously the best choice for Archer.
Obviously.
Okay, so first off, both these characters are stopping evildoers, right? They're always going against evildoers. So Shaggy would always somehow bumble into these characters who are trying to do some evil plot, and then Archer could obviously help them solve that. Both Archer and Shaggy are a little incompetent at what they do, but they kind of get the job done in the end, right? So I think they would mesh really well. Shaggy always has an endless supply of food. So anytime Archer wants to eat, there's no problem for him to eat. All this food just comes out of who knows where. He also has Scooby Snacks, the most delicious snack ever created in the history of man. And, you know, Shaggy likes to get high a lot, and I think Archer sounds like he's high all the time anyway, so I think he would enjoy that. I really think these two are a perfect match.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think Shaggy takes the day.
Yeah!
Crypt Keeper,
Cool.
ants. I don't want ants, and you're just, ants. Angelica, you want to control me? No. Shaggy it is.
Yeah! All right. There we go. All right. Well, one victory for Tyrolin, one for me. Very good. That was a fun game. I want your parents. Sorry, Joey. You suck. I'm kidding, man.
I do too. Don't worry
Don't
about
even
it.
get me started, okay? My God.
The spy who rug-ratted me.
That was Jason Roy in the chat.
Oh, my God.
That's so wrong and so good. Necronia said his money was on Angelica. Well, sorry, sir. Shaggy took her out.
Got to take Tyrolin down a peg from time to time.
Just because she's got 7 best-selling books. Jeez.
Yeah.
That and Backyard Willy Willies.
She hasn't even got into her singing career, guys.
Right.
There's a whole
Riding emus around.
Yeah, I can't leave that Willy Willy hanging in the air like that. So, guys, if you haven't listened to the podcast, Willy Willy is a little tornado, and one was in my backyard and
Phrasing.
so
wiped
it's
out
a
everything.
little tornado? What do you call a big tornado?
It's a
A
tornado.
big Willy Willy?
Willard.
Yeah, William.
Yeah, so by the way, Lanier in the chat says Blair does not know rule number 1, Jeff is not allowed to win. He didn't know that, sir, and that's why I won, so haha.
No rules. We make up the rules. Sterling Archer.
Exactly.
Come on.
The first rule.
All right.
There are no
So
rules.
before we get out of here, let's definitely want to share some links again. So for Blair, let's start with just HooPod in general, I guess. Where can people check it out?
HooPod.podbean.com is where you'll find our whole list. You can find us on Twitter at HooPod. That's it for HooPod. You can find me at Blair Beveridge. Joey, where can they find you?
At Joey Couture _. I've also got a YouTube channel. It's been a little bit dormant for a while, but the 3rd year and anniversary video for Team Hooman will be coming out in the next couple of weeks on that channel, and that channel is also Joey Couture.
Tyrolin.
Tyrolin? Yeah. Where can they check you?
Okay, so on Twitter, I'm Tiz Thunder. On Facebook, just my full name, Tyrolin Puxty. I've got a Facebook fan page there. And if you're really bored, if you go to my YouTube channel, Tyrolin Puxty, I've got some video clips to all my original songs. I've actually won a couple of awards for the songs, the Australian Independent Music Awards. And also, I like to interview my characters. So I have little segments where it's me talking to the characters that I've written in my books. And it's really, really dorky. Yeah.
She plays both characters. It's hilarious.
So it'll be me like going, hey, welcome to Tyrolin such and such. And I go, we have blah, blah, blah. And then it will pan over to me as one of my characters. So, yeah, you can check out that if you're bored. And, yeah, I think that's everything.
Viper01 in the chat says, if you're really bored is not the best way to sell your channel. I actually think it is. I think everybody's going to check it out now that she said that. So
Absolutely.
it's going to be like, well, I want to be really bored. Let me see.
She's self-deprecating, guys, but she's actually very, very talented.
Thank you.
So, of course, folks, particularly if you're new to us, all our shows are at super-geekedup.com, and we're Super Geeked Up on YouTube. We would love if you subscribe to us. Check us out there. I also do, outside of these live shows, we do another live show is a DC Action Hour, and we do a gaming show as well. That's all up on your screen right now. And I also do, if you haven't seen it, a web series called Super Knocked Up, which is a comedy about a female supervillain who gets pregnant by her superhero nemesis. We did a couple seasons of that. We had a lot of fun with it. And that's up on Amazon now, actually. You can watch it for free up on Amazon. Links are all on our website to that. And also, we have a Patreon page, which is right on your screen right now, patreon.com/supergeekedup. It's also on our website. Obviously, we would love any support if you like our geeky shenanigans and would like to see us keep doing it and coming to different Comic-Cons, like we were just at Dragon Con doing a great show there. We appreciate your support. And some people in the chat, I know like Victor and Lister's Mate and Maria are already supporting us on Patreon. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. And thank you all for watching. That always helps us out a lot. We love having you in the chat. If you're watching in post, that rocks too. Please tweet us at SuperGeeked what you thought of the show. Big thanks to Blair, Tyrolin, and Joey. Thank you guys. You were super fun and awesome. I had a blast with you. Please go check their HooPod show out and all their links. They'll all be in the description section underneath this video as well. If you're watching in post, you can check them out there. Thank you guys for watching. We have 2 more episodes in our current season of Super Geeked Up, so we will see the next 2 Wednesdays. So please tune in. Wednesday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern, of course.